Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, I should say. My name is Sugar, and welcome to Sugar Live. I have businesses, Sugarheads Clothing, AOL.com. I'm on Instagram, Sugarheads 2, or plain Sugarheads. We're on Sugarheads 2 right now, and I have a YouTube channel, Boss Lady Sugarheads. So please join me, subscribe, become a follower, and I'm on here live every day, um, Monday through Sunday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So join me. Today's topics: sex workers, strippers, and things like people like that. So join me and tell a friend. I'm gonna wait around a little bit to see if anyone comes, and I'm trying to I don't want this to stop, because the last time I was touching it, it stopped. Okay, it's still going. All right, the last time I was touching it, it stopped. So welcome. Today is, I'm not gonna give a date, because hopefully this will live in infamy throughout the internet. So I'm not going to date this one. But welcome. Thank you for everyone who are my supporters. Thank you for everyone who are my subscribers, who are my followers. I do a lot of things. I fashion stylist to the stars. I am, I do finance. I hear a lot of great deals, and I like to share. I like to share. So when I hear good things, I try to tell people. But a lot of people are skeptical, so let me sit back. A lot of people are skeptical, so I have to show and prove. And there are others on, the internet that are scammers. I'm not one of them. Anything I'm gonna, well, I'm beginning to learn how to say this, because really I'm a very private person, but I want my clients to feel very comfortable with me and being my clients. So anytime they need anything to know about me, I try to tell them, because I'm dealing with people's money. So I want people to feel comfortable. So I try to be as apparent and open as possible. So everybody's going through some financial crisis or some kind of personal crisis in their lives. So I just want people to know that you're not alone. You're not. A lot of people think that they're alone, and I just want you to know that you're not. You have a family in the Sugarheads family. You know, because since I have a lot of great ideas, people want to get it for free. So sometimes not sometimes. So they try to stalk me. But I'm getting my team together and my security team together, so we don't have to go through that. Because when they see us contacting someone, and I'm not just saying just me, but I can only talk about me, but the people in my crew, the police and other jealous people try to find out what we're doing. Even though we're minding our business, we're busy trying to plan and make our team successful, because we're one over here. Well, at least in my family, in my crew, we're one, and everybody has to be happy, and nobody is lesser than the other. Everybody has a job to do, and but we're on the good side. We don't go do things to other people. You understand? Unless we're defending ourselves, we don't start trouble, but we know how to finish it. So that's the difference between our crew over here on this side. They start over there, they start stuff. They always want to be in stuff. They always want to steal your ideas. They always want to threaten you. You know, if they see you talking to somebody, they automatically assume the worst of a person. And, you know, I dibble and dabble into everything that can make myself and the family money. You understand? So sometimes I may venture out and ask a question of someone or whatever. And when they see you talk to that person or talk to a person, they want to go and threaten that person and tell that person, oh, you better not work for that person. You know, all the threats kinds. And then they got the other crew that, the same crew, but a different division of their crew, you know, who want girls to work for them, but by threat. And then they kidnap these girls and they put them in a room somewhere, lock them up, take all their money. That's not the kind of lifestyle you want people to live. Well, at least over here. At least over here, that's not what we want. You know, we want you to be over here by choice. And that's what I keep telling them. You know, just ask the people. But they feel like they have to force people into doing stuff, and people lose their whole lives because they get these people, guys and girls, lock them up in the room, and if they don't do anything, they want to arrest them on some false charge and ruin people's lives because nobody wants to work for them. Who wants to work under those conditions? And then you strip in, you know, doing dates or whatever the case may be, and you're not making anything, and you're locked up in a room for the rest of your life. No, that's not the kind of living that I want over here, you know. But I was, I'm just saying, just in case, you understand. Me personally is not really into that, but I hear all the stories of some young ladies and young men, because that's how it started coming to me. Some young men was kidnapped, and they was forced into being sex slaves. They was forced into servitude, sex servitude, you know, and it's demeaning. And I came across one of them because one time I was talking to someone, and somebody told me that he was kidnapped, and now he's being made a sex slave. But that was after I saw them, because I saw them and she was talking to them, and the guy was acting kind of funny, you know, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, who's that? You understand? And they didn't, he introduced the guy as his cousin, but I'm like, that don't seem like his cousin to me. So I was telling her, I'm like, that don't seem like his cousin to me. And she said, well, you know, he said that's his cousin or whatever. But later on, I found out that he was his captor. You understand? He had a gun in his bag, and he was leading the guy from place to place and taking all his money and locking him up and finding out what he's doing and whatever, whatever. And that's not the kind of life for anyone to live at all. It's really not. I think that you should have the choice to do what you want with whom you want. And if anyone approaches you in that way, you should be able to go to the police and tell the police, no matter what business you're in, because you pay your taxes and stuff. So, excuse me, my nose. You pay your taxes and stuff like that. So you shouldn't be afraid to say, listen, I'm a stripper and someone is trying to force me into whatever, whatever. And they listen to it. But the police in Brooklyn, in certain parts of Brooklyn, was in on it. They was in on it, having these people be kidnapped. So when these people was trying to complain, the police started making up false accusations, you understand, on the people. And then when they found out the people had a savings, but didn't relinquish it to them or didn't let them know, they made up, what I heard yesterday, they made up some story that you know, that person was a bank robbery somewhere in Florida, and he robbed a bank somewhere in Florida, and the money that he got, they trying to get it back, and because they tried all how to force this man to give them his life savings because he works, you understand, and they trying to force this man, and I don't even know if he have the money anymore. You know, he probably spent it or whatever the case may be because he had to live day by day. And it wasn't even really much to talk about, but Just because they found out that he had money of any kind, they wanted it from him. So they all came up with this plan yesterday, I heard, to say that he robbed a bank in Florida, and that's how, and they looking for him as a bank robber so they can get the money. But they just wanted to put it out there, so they wanted to find the money, and then they're gonna hide the money, and then hopefully they'll think the public would forget about it so they can share the money. They just wants the money. They just want the money. And this young man has been going through the ringer because time and time again he's been arrested by these cops, and he's been let out, and then every time he comes out, it's something new. If they not setting him up with these girls, saying that he's the baby father of all these girls, and they need child support, or he raped one of these girls. It's always something with this young man and these police. Why? Because the rest of them, they too scared to really say anything. But he is trying to help he's trying to help the authorities, and he's speaking out. So since he's speaking out and they know cops, they trying to make him look like a liar. You understand? You know how it goes. So he's fighting it. So every minute they want to pull it in for something, but it's just the money that they want. People have families and people have things that they have to do with their money. But these scavengers, they always coming up with some kind of trick or some kind of thought to take people's money, no matter how small it is or how big it is. You understand? Because right now I'm in a lawsuit and they got all their people in my lawyer's office because they want to switch paperwork. They want to put a zero here, thinking that the lawyer's not going to notice. All kinds of stuff. You understand? So, for you lawyers out there and for you girls who have lawyers, and anytime you speak to your lawyers or whatever, let them be careful. Let them be careful. Tell them, to please read all their stuff correctly, because a lot of lawyers rely on their secretaries to do all this work. Because I was hoodwinked years ago, over 20 years ago. I was hoodwinked by a secretary and a lawyer, and I just don't want that to happen to anybody, because it's a nasty feeling. It's a nasty feeling to be hoodwinked by somebody, and somebody walking around with all your money, and you're the one that suffered. So be careful. Talk to your lawyers and spread the word. And he's Spanish, so it's a lot of Spanish people that's doing it. You understand? And his in-laws are Indian. So I just want you to be aware. Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know. Yesterday he introduced me to the Italian side of his family, because I spoke to somebody Italian yesterday that was part of his family. So I didn't put two and two together because I forgot his mom have an Italian last name. But sometimes with Italians, it sometimes could be a Spanish name, or sometimes it could be a Latin name. So I'm just telling you to be careful out there. Please be very careful, all you dancers and all you pole dancers, and all you girls in the business. Please be careful of who you link up with, because they would send people out, act like your friends. Because one of them, she's a girl, and she is a fucking beast. You hear me? That little girl, I heard she's 21. That little girl belongs underneath the fucking jail. She is such, I don't have a word for it, but she's a fucking savage. Nothing phases that bitch. Nothing at all. She's a fucking savage. She comes out the dead of gutter. She has no fucking heart. I mean, I look at her and I'm like, where the fuck you came from? No sympathy, no empathy, nothing. Just straight fucking gutter. Gutter. And she's Haitian, so I don't know if that's part of it, because of what their country is going through now. But she's crap. She's fucking garbage. And I really have nothing good to say about her. Nothing. Every time I look at her, I'm like, I can't even believe that she's even walking around alive, because, the shit she does. The shit she does. And she might contact one of you, because sometimes they hear what I'm doing and hear who I'm talking to, so they want to contact you and pretend to be friends. But no, she's not your friend. She's sucking you in so her brother and her family can get you and then lock you in a room so you can be doing stuff on a camera, or they thinking you on the street. Don't get into that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do that. She's Haitian. Don't get into that. She might come, oh, she this, and she might be talking to me. Like how I'm talking about her, she's gonna say a lot of bad things about me, but believe me, she is a piece of fucking work. Piece of work. Piece of shit. Piece of fucking work. I I want to throw up every time I see her. For real. No, I have nothing good because she has no fucking good qualities at all. None. None. She's a fucking animal. She's disgusting. And uh, anyway, I don't want to keep talking about it, but she's horrible. And she's only 21, I heard. She's fucking horrible. She's a fucking monster, like her mother and father. But but soon she gonna suffer the fate like her mother and father. He need a kidney and whatever the mother needs, because she's a fucking savage. Anyway, today is Sex Workers Day. Sex Workers Thursday. And I was hoping that a couple of people was online so, they can tell me their experiences in the industry as strippers or pole dancers or what have you. So I can get to, understand it because I'm not in the business, but, I investigate, I look, but it's nothing like hearing it word of mouth. You hear me? It's nothing like hearing it straight from the mouth of the person themselves, But, as a young person, I was a dancer. I took modern art. I took modern dance. I took ballet. I took African. I took all kinds of dance starting at the age of 4. So I love the arts. So to me, when I watch a stripper, I'm watching them at a different angle. You understand? I'm watching them as an art form. I'm not watching them as a sexual being. I'm watching them dancer to dancer. And the way their body moves and the way that they do things and make it look so easy. It's amazing, and it's good to see that some people is trying to be professional about their craft. They take lessons, and they do it really nice and flowing and ladylike, and I just appreciate that. I appreciate the art form of when I see a pole dancer and when I see exotic dancer dance. So, a couple of people's like, are you into the strip dancing? Da, 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 da. Because I'm a dancer or was a dancer. So I appreciate body movement. Even yesterday I'm not going to, even yesterday when I was strolling through Instagram, I saw some people just dancing. And I appreciate the art form. So I just stopped and I was watching how they did the steps and whatever and this and that. I know they do a lot of shaking or whatever, but that takes skill. Certain moves take skills. And to have yourself on the floor or on a pole doing these maneuvers is hard work. It's not as easy as people think. And if you're not a dancer, you wouldn't know that. You would just think, oh, that looks easy or whatever. But you try it. You try to do that stuff for your husband. You know, most of the time you can't. Or if you can, you can't do it as smooth as, the pole dancer may or the exotic dancer may can do it, you know? So it's amazing to me how, that's why I like Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. Because I'm seeing other things outside of my neighborhood, and these are places where everybody can show their craft and get together and show what they can do. And I'm on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. I'm just trying to find different outlets and to see what's out there and appreciate the art form, but not just of pole dancing or um, exotic dancing. Other dances too, you know, because body movement is a skill. You have to start and you have to really pay attention to body movement. I remember as a child, being in four, the teacher would teach me certain moves because they teach you simple moves when you first begin. But then when you get to the intermediate level of dance, then you have to, really get into it. You have to know how to separate your body parts. You have to know how to do this and move your hands at the same time, and then do that and move your legs at the same time, or, everything different positions or whatever. You have to know how to separate each body part that you have. Dance is really not easy. It takes years of learning. So as an intermediate dancer, my teacher used to teach me how to separate my body parts. So when I started going to the clubs, because my mother was very strict, so I didn't party as a young child. So when I started going to the clubs in my 20s, and me and my friend used to always go to reggae clubs, I used to practice right then and there. Like if a guy asked me to dance, I would practice my teachings on the guy by separating each part. And then he'd look at me like, but I didn't tell him I was practicing what I'm learning. He just thought I was a great dancer. But I used to be doing one thing up here and doing another thing down here. So he was like, amazed. But in my mind, I was just practicing my craft. But it so happened to be in a reggae club or a West Indian club, probably a Jamaican club or whatever. So that's how I kept it up. When I dance, regular dance, I used to separate my body, and then that helps you with sex. When I don't want to say me, when you're having sex and you know how to separate your body parts, it becomes very enjoyable to you and the man. So I used to use what I've learned in my dance class when I'm having sex or making love to my boyfriend. And that's what helped me in bed. I never had a complaint. Never. So, taking dance classes for some of you women who's not dancers can help you in the bedroom department, if you know it or not. If you know it or not, learning how to separate your body parts, especially when you're having sex, is great. It'll keep your husband wondering. You understand? I mean, it came to the point that I was living with this guy for a long time. Well, he was the only guy I lived with. And, he became so jealous. He's like, where the hell she knows all these moves? But I never told him that I was a dancer. I never told him. He never knew I was a professional dancer at one point. Dancer meaning modern dance, not pole dancing or not strip dancing. Modern dancing. I was a modern dancer. Going auditions and all that, trying to get into the videos, trying to get parts on Broadways and stuff like that. So he never knew I was a professional dancer when I was younger. But I used that in my sex life. And it kept him, always wondering. It came to the point when we have sex, he would... Well, this is a sex show, so I can talk about it. It came to the point that when we had sex, he would spread my legs open and open my thing and look in it. He wants to know what's in there, So I'm like, it's just, I have a dancer's past. I'm saying to myself, I have a dancer's past. Plus, as a woman, you keep yourself clean, keep yourself smelling clean, and you keep your vagina tight. And if you're a sexual being or whatever, you do your exercise, you do your Kegels, you keep everything moist. You don't wear a whole bunch of silk panties. You wear cotton. I mean, there's cute cotton panties. All these silks and all that stuff, that is for a couple of minutes and you take it off and that's it. But if you wear those kind of underwear, it messes up your body chemical. Because when you're having sex, you're wearing condoms, or when you're having sex, you're with your boyfriend and or your husband, and if he's cheating or whatever the case may be, or not even cheating, he may sit on a toilet that's dirty, because as a woman, we just catch things easily. We catch yeast infection easily. Don't matter. Could be a dirty rag. Could be the toilet paper fell on the floor and you didn't know, and you're wiping yourself with it. And you, as a woman, know that yeast infections are regular with us. You understand? It's nothing that we're doing wrong. It's just that the environment that we put ourselves into is dirty. And I'm not talking about your house. I'm talking about you go to a restaurant and you need some toilet paper. So what I used to do, I always carried tissues in my pocketbook, because every time I used to go into these bathrooms, I always see the toilet paper on the floor in the next stall or whatever, and I used to be looking for stalls that didn't have toilet paper on the floor, but those toilet paper might have fell on the floor and somebody picked it up. You understand? So I started taking toilet paper with me, anywhere that I went. So in my pocket, I would put it in my pocketbook, or tissue, something to wipe, and if the tissue's too soft, just wipe, the front instead of the whole thing, and so it won't spot too much or give off a scent or whatever. And when you get home, you go take a shower and you clean up properly or whatever. But always carry tissue in your napkins, because napkins are heavier. Always carry napkins in your pocketbook, ladies, in your bags, in your purse, especially when you have to go out. No matter where, to dinner, to brunch, on a date, to a club. Make that one of the things that you put in your pocketbook when you go out from now on. Tissue, heavy enough to wipe you, you know. And your hands, when you wash your hands, you can always air dry it. So if you don't have enough to wipe your hands, save it to wipe down there and just air dry, or just pat it on your clothes so your hands can dry. Okay? But always carry tissue in your bag, because that's one of the things that would give you an yeast infection. Because sometimes you don't know where you get it, or you want to blame your mate. And sometimes, no, it's a tissue fell on the floor and you didn't know and you used it. And the next thing you know, you feel funny or whatever. And, you get your monostat or whatever. And because back in the day, every time you got a yeast infection, you ran to the doctor. But then as you grow up, you learn how to cure it yourself. And now they have over-the-counter stuff, So when you think it's just a yeast infection, you get your monostat and use it fully. Don't use like a day or two and stop. Use the whole box as they tell you to. Now it has the 7-day one and the 2-day one or 3-day one or something. Use it till it's empty as prescribed, and most likely use it at night, or if you work at night, use it when you're in bed to sleep in the day or whenever, and as prescribed for the whole 3 days. Don't stop. Once you start using it, don't stop, so you can be cured. Because if you stop, then you still have it, and then you're going to transfer it to your sexual partner, or it's just going to come back full. You understand? Drink some water and put a little red wine vinegar in the water and sip. And if it's too strong for you, you sip it throughout the day. Sip it throughout the day, and that will normalize your body. and try that for a couple of days. The water and the apple cider. I mean, sorry, the apple cider vinegar, and I'm talking about together because you can't drink the apple cider vinegar by itself. So you put some apple cider vinegar in some water and you sip because most of the time you can't guzzle. So you sip all day, sip all day. You got your water bottle, you got your cup, whatever you're doing, sip all day. So you don't have to guzzle it. The whole day you sip that apple cider vinegar and it going through your body. Then the next day you do it. Next day, do it for the same amount of days, and then your whole body will start feeling better. So with that and the amount that, you would feel a lot more better. You just have to keep your body clean. You just have to keep your vagina clean because it's not just for him, it's for you. And one of the ways you can keep it clean, like I said, you wear cotton underwear. All this silk stuff, no, because your vagina needs to breathe. Your vagina needs to breathe, ladies. I know some of these other stuff, these satin stuff, not even satin sheets. I know all that stuff looks sexy, feels sexy, but it's not good for your vagina. It's not. It's not really healthy. What about silk with cotton? Somebody asked. Yeah, but don't leave it on too long. If you want to sleep in it for the night, okay. But don't do it every night. Do it that night that you need to do it and you sleep in it. And if you are sleeping in silk underwear or whatever, that means you're with someone. So by the next morning, you can take it off and put on your nice sexy, because they got nice sexy cotton underwear. Always wear cotton underwear. Always. And sometimes you don't want to go without underwear, because if you don't have underwear on, and say for instance you're wearing a pair of jeans, your body or your vagina is rubbing against the jeans, and the jeans have ink. The pants have ink. The material have fibers. So it's rubbing against your vagina, and all that ink is soaking into your vagina. For those girls who don't wear underwear, you may think it's helping you by not wearing underwear with pants on, but it's not. It's really not. Because the ink of whatever you're wearing, or the fibers of whatever you're wearing, is irritating your vagina or soaking in, if it's something with ink on it or whatever, like blue jeans, black jeans, whatever material. It's soaking into your vagina, and later on that might cause problems. Seriously, you may not conceive, you may get fibroids, you may have miscarriages, because time after time you wear it, little bit by little bit, it's soaking into your body. So you just have to be very aware. If you're the kind of person that wants to go bare with a skirt, you can go without a skirt, wear something under the skirt, and to protect your vagina. But don't do it on a regular basis, not going without underwear when you're out in public with certain kind of clothes. You understand? It's not good for your body. It's not good for your future. So it's not helping you to make it breathe. No. You can do that when you're sleeping. You can go like I do. When I go to sleep, I don't wear underwear. If I'm in my house, I don't wear underwear. I would have like some pants on or whatever, because I'm not keeping it on all day. I would have some pants on or whatever, and I would not be, have underwear. If I know I'm going outside, then I would put on the underwear. But if I'm in the house sleeping, or it's nighttime or whatever, I'm home. I'm giving it some time to breathe. So when I do have to wear underwear or whatever, then I put on my underwear and I go wherever I gotta go. And then when I come back home, I take it off. Or in the night when I go take a shower or something like that. So keeping down their moist, keeping down their clean, keeping down their smelling good. That's a must. That's a must. You do your exercises as a woman, your kegels. You keep your inside clean. Stop using all these toilet papers in the restrooms. Always carry your own toilet paper. And, all these little practices of keeping your body clean and keeping your vagina clean would help you in the long run. And when you have sex, you wouldn't have a complaint or you wouldn't have anything. And of course, I don't have to tell you to be open sexually with your mate because you're in the sex field. But that doesn't mean that you are. But I'm saying for the majority of part, that means you're not afraid of utilizing your body to feel good. So when you're with your mate and you follow some of these remedies, you would see the change in your mate. Because maybe they're afraid to tell you, honey, you have a little odor, honey, this wasn't right, honey, you're a little loose. You understand? Maybe they're afraid of telling you or talking to you about it because they don't want to insult you. But if you want to keep your mate, you always got to take care of your vagina. Keep it shaved. Well, I don't really shave. I use like cream because I don't want any bumps and anything like that. So I try to use the cream to take the hair off my body. So I use the cream and whatever because sometimes the razor would leave bumps on your thing and people would mistake and whatever. But your skin down there is very sensitive. So using a razor is not really good for it. So you can use the neat or I was talking to somebody the other day. I think I had a little seminar on that. I don't understand why you girls do waxing at all. Waxing to me is like torture. Because the same way you can get your body clean by waxing, you can get, and this is a plug for Nair and Neat, but they're not paying for this thing. They should, but I don't see why you go through that. If you do it right, you get a smooth body. How I do it, I use the cream. I stay for like 10-15 minutes, run in the shower with the hard rag before it burns, because if it burns a little bit, then you're gonna it's gonna be a little problem. So when you feel it tingling, you run in the shower and start rinsing. You take the hard rag and stop wherever it's tingling first. You wash there first, and you need the hard rag because the hard rag is gonna pull off the hair. Because the tingling means that it's working and it's softening up the hair and pulling it out the root. So now all you have to do is get it off your body. So you take a hard rag, preferably, I use the white so I can see that it's the hair thing in. So you take the hard rag and you start wiping. Wiping wherever tingles first, your underarm or whatever, because I do the whole body. I do the hair, except my eyebrows, of course. I do the hair, I do around my face, I do my whole body, my breast, my vagina, my legs, my arm, under, everywhere. And I'm in the house naked. I'm doing what I do. And if I'm feeling cold, I would put a towel around me. Not the towel that I'm going to dry off with. I would have a different towel ready, 2 towels, one to dry off with and one to, thing with. And walk around, keep myself busy, do what I got to do. And when I start feeling the tingle within 15 minutes, I run in the shower. Cool shower, not cold, cool, because the hot one would sting your skin. Cool shower, take a rag and wipe, whatever. And like I said, wherever start burning you first, that's where you start taking off the hair. That's where you start washing first. So if your legs is burning or your vagina is burning, wash your vagina first. Wash your vagina first. You will see the hair in the rag, so you know it's working. Maybe a little bit residual might be left, but you keep going. You wipe all over your skin, the legs, whatever. And if it's still any hair left anywhere else, you take the rag now with thing, because in the meantime, while you're pulling off, you're washing off. You're peeling up, washing off. And then wherever thing, you still got a little cream in on your rag, you wipe wherever is hair is left. You leave that area alone. You wash the rest of the area, give it about 5 minutes because you're still washing, and then wash that area again, and maybe the rest will come off. If not, leave it. Don't take a razor or nothing, just leave it. After you shower, you soap, or you use your body soaps, and you start cleaning just like that. You soap your skin, whatever, and your hair, and whatever, if you did it in your hair, like me, because that's what I do to my hair. And you take a shower as usual. You wash between your legs, behind your butt, in between your crack, everything. And then you take off the water, and your baby oil is right there. So you take the baby oil, and don't dry off. You take the baby oil, and you put it on your skin, your whole skin, your whole body. Put it all over your body and air dry. Because wherever you got burnt, the baby oil will soothe it. So after you put on the baby oil, don't dry with a towel. So this, you might have to, you have to make sure that you're alone, or you have to make sure that nobody is in the house who you don't want to see naked. Or if anybody's in the house, you close your bedroom door or whatever. Any way that you can be comfortable. And put baby oil on your skin and air dry. And after it starts drying, you put a towel around you and walk around for a couple of hours. That's if you don't have anything to do, or if you're not going anywhere. I'll suggest do it when you don't have anywhere to go, because you're going to need to, soak stuff in. Or at least right away. You walk around naked with your towel. Do whatever you do for a couple of hours. So therefore, the baby oil is not only moisturizing your skin, but cooling down your burns, or cooling down whatever tingle that you got. And then, after a couple of hours, you lotion your skin with whatever you lotion with. Make sure it doesn't have alcohol in it. And if it does, don't use it. Don't use anything with alcohol on your skin. And try to find a plain or resubmit more baby oil on your skin. Because baby oil tends to dry out your skin when you use it on dry skin. But when you use it on wet skin, it tends to soak into your body. Because baby oil is, like I said, is for babies. So our skin texture is different. So instead of using a baby oil, if it doesn't work for you when your skin is dry, try to use something like maybe a Lubriderm, or some other kind of cream, with no alcohol in it. And you moisturize your skin. And you walk around still in your towel for about another hour. And then after you take off your towel, you moisturize your skin again. And when you see your skin is hairless, moisturize, very good, and just like you had wax. And I think it grows the same, it grows even less when you do that. So you get waxing every 2 weeks? Same thing. Or maybe more with the cream. But it helps. It's way better than pulling off your skin. That's cruelty to me. I don't know how you can get waxing between your legs, between your butt cheeks, under your arm. That's not for me. I think I got it once because right here is kind of tough. So I said, okay, I'll try it. And it damn near pulled off my skin. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that no more. So what I did, I got the men gel, shaving gel. And I put it on my skin, my face. I waited a little bit, like 10 minutes. And then I shaved with a regular razor. Because sometimes the needle or the nail wouldn't take off coarse hair. So instead of just pulling a razor and put it on my face, you have to, instead of doing that, you have to put some kind of gel on it. Men's shaving gel. The gel works better than the cream. It gives you more coverage. So you get the men's shaving gel and put on your face or on your vagina the next day or whatever. And you can do it or your mate can do it. My boyfriend used to do it for me. I would lay on the bed, I would put a towel under me, and I would spread eagle, and he would shave me. I mean, who best to do it than your husband or your boyfriend? They looking at it, so I mean, whatever. And he used to shave me. That was his job, to shave me when I needed shaving. When I didn't get some of the hairs that I needed between my legs or between my butt or whatever, he would do it for me. So you just put a towel on the bed, spread eagle, get a razor and get some cream, and let him do it for you. You know, and it'll be fine. Because he has to open up the side of your lips and clean there. Then you got to open up, the sides, and then you got to flip over, and you got to get on your knees and arch forward so he can get between your butt. So you can do it that way. I mean, if some of you girls is more adventurous, your homegirl or whatever, that's if your homegirl do that, but I wouldn't ask my homegirl. I'm just saying. This show is for, I talk for heterosexual couples, but if the gays want to listen to it, whatever. If you're gay and you want your girlfriend to help you, yeah, sure, fine. You understand? So that's what I used to do. He used to do it for me. And he did a great job. Because you're in a relationship, you can't be shy about doing certain things, especially with your mate, Excuse me, I don't want any, excuse me. Doctor said I have dry eyes or something. So you can't be shy with your mate. You got to be open to talk to him and ask him to do these certain things. It's just like with his balls. If he's like, no, I'm not shaving, but I don't like men with hair all over their body. I don't. I really don't. And it's a miracle that I talked to one guy and he had a beard. But again, when I was living with my boyfriend, I didn't want no hair. I didn't want any pubic hairs. You understand? So he didn't want to cut it. So you know what I did when he was sleeping? He had his arms up like this one time. So I got the cream, put it under his arms. And then I pulled his pants off. Or was his pants off? Because anyway, I got his down there. And I put some cream on it. The knee or the knee. I'm like, okay, well, I don't like it. So it's going to come off. If you don't take it off, I'm taking it off. Of course, I didn't put it on his penis. But I cleaned down there for him. For me. Because I'm the one who got to see it. I'm the one who got to, you got to have sex with. And believe it, gentlemen, having hair down there, women do not like it. Women do not like a hairy man under his arms. He lifts up his arms. You see deodorant stuff. And that's not sexy. I know you guys don't want to shave because it looks feminine and masculine, but this is a day and age where a lot of men is metrosexual. I mean, you dress nicely and you get your nails done and stuff. Why can't you take the body off under your arms and around your penis? Who's gonna know? Because most of the time, if it's winter, you're wearing a long shirt. And who's gonna be seeing your penis besides your wife or your girlfriend? We don't like that. So he didn't want to do it. I did it. He was mad for a good 5 minutes and he got over it. And I had a rag with some water and I timed it. And then I started acting like I was giving him a hand job. And I took the cream off with the hair. Yeah, he was that tired. He was that tired. Yup. I don't like a man with a whole bunch of pubic hair and underarm hair. Now, I like guys with the beards, yes. But all that extra stuff, And, if they're hairy on the chest, I'll take it off when you're sleeping. I'm telling you now. If I ask you to remove it, you don't want to move it, I'm going to find a way to get it off you. The one on your face is fine because you look sexy. I'm attracted to it now. But your body, no. No, because when I have sex, I got to smell that. When we're dressing and I see the deodorant sticking between your armpits, that is not sexy. Is it going to be sexy for you? You see your girlfriend with armpit hair? Because on days sometimes I don't shave or whatever, so it takes a while and maybe it grows up, or sometimes right now I can't get all my stuff that I need, because I'm trying to order stuff and people keep stealing my packages or whatever, so I can't get my essentials. But when I can't get my essentials, yeah, so yeah, I'm not into hair on the penis and pubic area and underarms. No, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna get it off. When you're sleeping or something, when you're sleeping, I got my rag ready with my water on the side and my cream. Go to sleep. I'm not trying to hear it. You don't want to do it if I ask you. I'm not trying to kill you or nothing. I'm just trying to make you hear less. It's disgusting to me. So please do it because I'm gonna get it off. I'm telling you. So anyway, so Mr. Av, you have any questions? Or Miss Av, you have any questions you want to ask me? Or you just want to listen? You can ask me a question. No? You don't want to join in the conversation? Or you don't know about sex? And you don't want to know nothing? Or you think you know everything? All right, so you don't have to ask. So anyway, just do that. If you're in a relationship and you talk to your mate and he doesn't want to shave, do it yourself when he's sleeping. And that's how I do it. Because if I ask you to do it, that means I don't want it. Because if you ask me to do something, I'll do it. Within reason, of course. But that's within reason. Who's going to be seeing your pubic? And who's going to be, concentrating on your armpits? Nobody. Only you is self-conscious about that. Oh, if the guys don't see me with hair, he's going to think I'm... No, I'll assure him that you're not. But, guys, it's really unsexy to have all that hair on your pubic area and underneath your arms. Women don't find that sexy at all. It stinks, and women do not find it sexy at all. And it's a stupid person who's going to want to call you out your name if you do it. Because the thing is, they want to push everybody into the gay realm. But it's not. These days, men are metrosexual. Men are, refining themselves and doing those things, manscaping and all that is part of the regimen of, being pleasing to your mate. So please do that. Start doing that. And you would see a totally different person that you're having sex with. She is going to appreciate that. I'm telling you. She's going to appreciate it. Or if you think she's going to think you're suspect, talk to her about it. So listen, I was watching the show and she was saying, and then she goes, who's that stupid bitch telling you that women like men with no hair? And let her see my show. I mean, because a lot of women, back in the day, they was like suspect that they man if they do anything metrosexual. But now everything is right. And it's only an ignorant woman would think automatically that a man is gay because he wants to shave his hair, whatever. You tell him, listen, I heard that you women don't like hair down there. And she's going to be like, yeah, we don't. And, I'm straight and I want to shave. And plus, it keeps you, it helps you with the circulation, helps you with the air. You understand? And you two men, you need to wear cotton underwear. You need to get some cotton underwear and wear. If you want children, or if you want your penis to stay good and rash free and all that, the same thing that I said to the woman about the vinegar and stuff like that, you have to do also. Once a week, you clean yourself with vinegar and water. It stings a little, but it would clean off whatever bacteria you have, what other woman you've been screwing. It brings back your body chemicals back to normal. You understand? Because if your wife or girlfriend does it and you don't do it, you're just exchanging back and forth, and you're gonna give her an infection or whatever back and forth. So when she cleans herself, you have to clean yourself, and drink vinegar, the vinegar and water just the same. You don't have to guzzle it. Have it in your car or whatever, and you have it in your little bottle. Nobody has to see what's in it. Vinegar and the water, the apple cider vinegar and some water, little bit of apple cider vinegar, a lot of water, dilute it, and sip it all day, once or twice a week, or every day if you want. But it's tart, so you're not going to want to drink it every day, every other day, and it'll keep your body normalized. And if you are sleeping around or whatever, it would knock whatever woman that you just slept with. It would put your body chemical back into place. So then you wouldn't have to take, because when you have sex with different people, everybody's body starts connecting. You know, have you ever heard the saying that two women start seeing their period at the same time? That's because when the man have sex with one woman and raw dog or what, not raw dog or whatever, and not even raw dog sometimes, because the outer thing is still open, but you're still touching her skin, and her body chemical is still collapsing onto your body chemical. So even if your penis is covered, your outer body is thing, your legs is still touching her. Everything about you, you're kissing her, you're exchanging body fluids. You understand? And that goes to your home. And that's how your wife finds out most of the time. So after you have sex with a person, have your vinegar and water, gargle with it, wash your penis or whatever. Not plain water, the vinegar and water, the apple cider vinegar. Wash your penis, have some vinegar in your car. Go ahead, y'all. Wash with it. Your penis, it stinks. Your face, your mouth, gargle, brush. Or if you don't have a toothbrush, gargle. And your body would start normalizing. So when you go home, she would know. And I'm not telling you how to cheat, but I'm telling you. Yeah, you understand? And that's one of the ways women know they men is cheating, because their body chemicals start changing. So invest in some $2 bottle of apple cider vinegar, gentlemen, and a dollar bottle of water. It'll save your relationship. Let me tell you. And you gargle with it, and you wash your face, you wash your penis, or wherever you touched, or even if you could take a shower with it, you put it in a big container, go in the shower, boom, 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 throw it over you, and wash. That's after you soap, okay? Because it has to soak in your skin, okay? Don't get it in your eyes, all right? And gargle. Because if you gave her fellatio or whatever, you have to normalize your mouth back into the thing. So anyway, thank you, Mr. Av, Mr. Finest. Thank you for joining, and everybody, thank you for joining Sugarheads Live from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. I want to thank everybody. Please hit like, subscribe, share. Become a member, become a subscriber. I'm on YouTube, Boss Lady Sugarheads, where you see all my videos, and usually when I finish here, I download it up to this. So whatever you missed, you can go on YouTube and look for Boss Lady Sugarheads and find all my videos, and subscribe there also. So thank you so much. And I'm on Facebook as Sugarheads. I have a store over there. Sugarheads Lux. And over here is Sugarheads and Sugarheads 2. We're taping on Sugarheads 2, the number 2. Sugarheads with a Z. SHUGARHEADZ, the number 2, one word, and at Instagram Live. So thank you so much for everyone who joined. And tomorrow there's another topic, because I'm here every day, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you. Sugar signing off. I wish you a happy life, happy weekend, you and your family. I really do appreciate all my subscribers and everyone who buys stuff from me. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. The fuck?